Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
Studies show that 100% of everybody in the world wants to curl up indoors and do nothing because it's so darn cold out there. That's why many people are turning to Bombas, whose pillowy plush slippers and warm merino wool socks have been said to be the most comfortable in the history of feet. Bombas products have been found to boost coziness by up to 1,000,000%. Okay, enough fake statistics, but could Bombas socks and slippers really be the cure? Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
So let's discuss some of the labels you might face, either in your drinking years or in your sobriety. All right, we'll start with those associated with drinking. I know that Vic's mentioned a few that she had already. And then we'll make our way along the journey to sobriety.
Yeah.
Okay?
So where are we going to start, Hamish?
Well, we've mentioned alcoholic, which we'll focus on a little bit more in more detail in a second.
Okay.
But that's always a big one to start with.
Yeah, and then there's problem drinker.
Yeah, which you've sort of used as your thing. You sort of wedded yourself to problem drinker, I guess, is a more forgiving way, like an alternative to alcoholic. Problem drink is a step down a much kinder, right?
Definitely. I would say I was a problem drinker. I was somebody that couldn't stop once she started, and that was a problem because it made me unwell. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that language. Because I think also the word alcoholic, it reminds me of anonymous and being alcoholic and being anonymous, which of course is, I don't want to associate with that brand or with that label, because I'm not about being anonymous. I'm about you talking about your sobriety and putting it out there and being open about it. I'm not about it being kept behind closed doors and it being a secret. So both of those words don't resonate with me, and that's why I choose a different label.
Is the opposite of anonymous nimbus?
Yeah.
We want to be nimbus in our sobriety.
Non-nimbus.
Yes. Another obviously negative word along with alcoholic is addict. Addict's filthy. Addict's a dirty one.
Yeah, that's what the people think, isn't it? That I wonder what the definition of an addict is. Like, I'd like to look that up, actually. I might have a look at that. But it's just somebody that can't stop doing something. And really, the definition isn't that bad. But when you hear that word, it conjures up an image of somebody on heroin behind a 7-Eleven jacking up with a needle. It's not true.
It's belittling, isn't it?
It is
if you were called an addict, you'd
yeah.
feel very small, I think.
And it makes you sound like people are addicts all their lives. They may have had an addiction at some point, but they're still an addict no matter what. And to have that label throughout your life once you've given something up, I'm not sure that's going to be helpful. But as we'll find out later in the podcast, sometimes it can be.
Yes, that's exactly what you need for some people.
Party boy and party girl. Well, I said I didn't mind that back in the day, but now I realise that party girl probably just needed a cuddle rather than a line of coke.
Sure.
Yeah. So that party girl was a good image that I had, but actually I was probably suffering a little bit, and you shouldn't have given me, that extra gram of speed. You should have taken me to a therapist.
Cuddles, not coke could be our slogan for the new series.
I love it. Cuddles, not coke.
Cuddles, not coke. We'll go out giving them we'll get stickers, and we'll go to clubs and we'll give it to the party boys and girls.
Yeah.
Stickers, cuddles, not coke, cuddles, not coke. The final one isn't a label. I've cheated a little bit. It's more like a phrase that gets bandied around a lot, which we've talked about in the past, which is at their best after a drink.
Oh, that's such a load of rubbish, isn't it?
It comes up a lot in best man speeches.
Yeah.
Don't like it a lot.
No. The other ones are binge drinker and substance abuser. I mean, both of those, it depends. Like binge drinker, I was a binge drinker. I was happy to say that. I wasn't someone that had one glass of wine a day or a couple of glasses throughout the week. I was someone that saved up my drinking so that I could do all my units in one sitting and then recover from that and then go again. So actually, I think binge drinker is quite factual. That was how I drank, and there's no looking outside of that label for me, and I'm happy to be called that. That's what I was. Substance abuser, alcohol is a substance. Yeah. Abuser, I mean, that puts the onus onto the person that's doing it, and it makes it their responsibility. It's the same with gambling and that phrase, gamble responsibly. abuser, it all puts it onto the person, which I find is very, very heavy and very shameful, and it makes it like it's your fault. Whereas, of course, everything in gambling is designed to make you gamble. It's not your fault. It's the bloody corporate companies making you do it. So all of those things that make it your fault, and it's like pointing the finger, I don't like those.
Surprisingly, these can have both positive and negative effects on those they are aimed at. Let's start by focusing on this term alcoholic, Vic. I think that's sort of the most important one.
It is, totally. I mean, I cringed when it was in the paper yesterday.
I cringed for you.
Yeah, it didn't make me feel comfortable. I don't want people to think that I was an alcoholic for some reason. I just think it has a bad image. It's not what you want people to think you are.
But the flip side of that was for Lucy. She spoke about it in an early episode. That was like a key that unlocked her sobriety. It was such a heavy word, and you'll know better than me from what she said, but it was such a heavy word that it was frightening. And she was like, I am an alcoholic. Be able to say that about yourself can sort of scare you into change.
Totally. I think there are benefits of calling yourself an alcoholic if you want to. Yeah. She found that the seriousness of the word and the controversy that comes with it was what made her change. She knew that by calling herself that, she had to do something about it, which was very different to me. So there are definitely two sides of this coin. If you're comfortable with saying, I'm an alcoholic, and owning it, I think there is something very prideful in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's frightening.
Yeah, it totally helped her. It's interesting, isn't it? So, yeah, it definitely made her recognise where she was going wrong, and it pushed her to seek help.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Weirdly, we do still live in a world where if you choose to become sober, you sort of have to come out to your friends and family.
Yeah, it's like coming out of the closet.
No.
This can be awkward, but it can also be fantastic in holding you accountable for your decision.
The difficulty is finding the right words to explain why.
To communicate this accurately, you're probably going to have to find a term or label that best sums up what you mean. You don't, of course, have to scare yourself into sobriety with terms like alcoholic if you don't want to.
Allow us to introduce you to the term sober curious.
Yes.
Vic, this has been a game changer for both of us.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Tell me how you first came across it, what it's done for you.
Well, I think I found this term. I've told the story before, but I'll tell you again. I was in the library. I'd been sober for 18 months on my own with no resources. I was really sort of white knuckling it. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't want anybody to know what I was doing. It felt very private, very amongst me and my husband. I didn't want to tell people what I was doing. I was in a library one day and I said to the lady, do you have any books on alcoholism? And she handed me a book by Ruby Warrington called Sober Curious. And I read the title. I was like, oh my God, that is me. Somebody who laid in bed and questioned their alcohol intake. Yeah. It didn't feel awkward. It didn't feel heavy. It felt like the clouds were parting and some like God hand had sort of come down out of the sky and took my hand and gone, this is going to be okay. Wow. That's how massive that term was for me. So I appreciate Ruby Warrington. I don't know whether she coined that or whether she's labelled that as her term, but I don't care. Whoever made that term up is like a god to me, I'd say, because that helped me understand who I was. And not only that, it gave me access to a community that I didn't even know existed.
It's funny, when I heard the term, part of me, probably 20% of me, goes, what? No, I don't want to be called sober curious. Like any kind of label, I'm just like, oh, that sounds a bit gooey. Yep. But it does kind of sum it up. And I think the reason I like it is because it's open to everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone is probably at least a little bit sober curious.
Everyone. I don't think there's one person in the world who hasn't woken up with a stinky hangover and gone, why did I have that extra glass of bourbon last night?
Yeah.
Because that is the question. That's all it's about, questioning in your brain on your own with no one else around, those questions that are popping up silently in your brain.
And
that is what it is.
Curiosity is such a beautiful
it is
thing. You want your children to be curious. You want people to ask questions and want to learn more and peek behind the door of things and expand their brains.
It's progressive.
It is, isn't it? So I kind of feel like it's also a really good answer when people ask you why you don't drink. I'm sober curious.
Yeah. I'm interested in something else beyond this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good way.
And it's also not terminal. It's not, I'm going to be sober the rest of my life.
No.
I'm going to be sober curious for a bit and see what it's like.
Yeah.
It's quite soft.
It's
So I do
very
like
soft.
it.
Yeah, I often describe it as that warm hug. It's not like someone slapping you around the face and saying, you're an alcoholic and this is what you're going to be and you've got to give up drinking forever and all of these other things. It's actually just like a warm hug saying, it's okay to question and there are lots of people like you and come and join us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. So sobriety labelling is actually a really kind of intricate topic, isn't it, Hamish? There are so many different aspects to it. Some are good, some are bad, and really it depends how you feel. Most of the labels that we face in our sobriety are to do with being boring or weird. These are obviously negative and usually attributed to us by drinkers, or we call ourselves boring as a means of self-defence before somebody else says it.
Sure.
I've been called boring a lot. I mean, my auntie was on the phone the other day. It was coming up to Christmas and she said, to my mum, it must be boring round your house at Christmas now because nobody there drinks. And I was like, just going to let that go. Like, people have their opinion of it as being boring, but they don't know the reality of it. Of course it's not boring.
Is that just generation? Like, are you hearing that from people your age and younger, or was it our parents' age?
I would say it's definitely generational.
That's what I think.
Yeah. It was boring. If you were growing up in the 80s, you had a little bit more money, you spent it on booze, you're a bit more of a partier. I just think that is a generational thing, was to sort of show off your wealth or show off your sort of social prowess with the amount of drinks you could offer people. That was what it was like for me growing up in the 80s. You came to my parents' house, they had the posh glasses and the cocktails and everyone was dressed up and it was a scene. It was a scene then where it's in fact probably still goes on, Hamish, but I'm not in that scene anymore. So whether we think it's generational because we're not in it anymore or whether it is something that still goes on.
You know what's always thrown me about that generation is having those glass-fronted cabinets that have like the best plates or glasses in them. What is that?
The drinks cabinet.
But
I mean, that's another thing.
It's almost like a piece of art. Like, you don't even use them. They're just like the posh plates that are standing up in a glass.
That was the 80s
cabinet.
thing. It was like having like yuppies having filofaxes and looking busy and mobile phones. It was all about how you looked, wasn't it? And my mum in those tracksuits. Remember those furry tracksuits?
Yeah,
it was very 80s thing.
Yeah.
And big hair. It was about like showing your wealth and showing how you were in society.
Right.
So I don't know whether people are like that as much anymore. It's interesting. So you don't have to label them because you don't see that people are trying as hard.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. I never really have wanted to be considered to be boring. Like, that is my worst thing, for somebody to call me boring. Yeah. That label for me is awful. So it makes me want to act not boring. So it's like when I went to Government House recently for that Rethink Addiction conference. I thought, I don't want to be boring. I'm going to go and steal some toilet roll.
Sure.
Yeah. Because I thought, God, this is all boring and corporate and everyone's in suits and we all have to swan around trying to be nice to each other. Situations that are boring make me feel rebellious.
Yeah.
So I go into my non-boring brain and like, right, what can I do in this situation so that people don't think I'm boring, because I hate that label so much.
That's always a good question, when people ask you, what is it? What's the thing you most dread being called by someone, like, as they leave the situation there with you?
Yes, yeah.
And they walk, or you overhear
as
someone,
they walk away.
You think they've hung up the phone, they haven't.
Yeah.
And God, that guy's...
Yeah, God, he's boring.
And boring is probably the word for me too.
Oh, is it?
I reckon.
Yeah. It would be awful. I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Vanilla,
I'm not boring.
Bit vanilla.
Bit beige.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, he's a bit beige, isn't he?
I'd rather you hate me than think I was vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get so annoyed with my husband, right?
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
Thank you for calling the Bombas Comfort Line. Bombas make socks, slippers, tees, and underwear made with the highest quality materials. Press 1 for comfort, 2 for style, 3 for donation. You chose style. Bombas is styles for whatever you enjoy. You can run in Bombas, lounge in Bombas, dress them up, dress them down, but always give back in Bombas. Because with every item purchased, another is donated. Bombas, comfort worth calling for. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
Every time we go to the ice cream place, he just wants to have vanilla. And we actually had a bit of a moody moment this weekend. I'm like, look, I don't get the ice cream, okay? This is the problem here, Hamish. I don't get the ice cream. I eat his.
Yeah.
Because that means that I'm not having an ice cream because I'm always on a diet.
Yeah, brilliant.
So I have his, but I don't want him to have vanilla because I want salted caramel. But I make him get salted caramel even though he wants vanilla because I think vanilla's boring.
You know, he's sitting on a podcast somewhere else going, I'm really getting annoyed with my wife. She does this thing. She always eats half my frickin' ice cream.
I'm just like, why would you have vanilla when you can have salted caramel?
Interesting thing. I've always judged people for getting margaritas, but now I think actually the real pizza connoisseurs get the margarita. It's like a staple of if it's a good pizza place, the margarita is good enough. So now I'm coming back round to the boring pizza choice.
Okay, yeah, and you sort of own it because you're confident in your sobriety.
Yes.
Like, I'm actually going to do the things that I love, which is to eat vanilla ice cream and have a margarita.
No, that doesn't sound quite right. Now that you've said it, I'm regretting it.
I'm going to have full veggie special with extra chili, extra olives. I'm going full not boring here.
Or when people go, the water's included in the meal, do you want still or sparkling? Still. What?
How boring.
Sparkling, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Eat it out.
Yeah.
Friday.
Actually, we just arrived at this posh recording studio today and there is sparkling water on tap. And I was like, Hamish, they've got free biscuits and sparkling water on tap. This is amazing.
It's true.
Spot the boring sober people.
Tell it was our first time here. Yeah. Everyone else is playing it cool. We're like, look, they've got free cookies. Vic came out the loo. They've got free Tampax.
The small things excite me, Hamish. So yeah, I realise now that I was really scared of being boring in my drinking days. But then I realise again that actually the fear of being boring affected my mental health in the end.
Wow.
I was so scared of being boring that I drank myself into oblivion, which actually made me unwell, which is ridiculous and irrational, isn't it? But it was all about how I came across to other people in the end. So I didn't care as long as they didn't think I was boring. But I realised now that was a total waste of my time and my energy and my health.
Yeah. And actually maybe at your core you were a little bit boring and you wanted to act out just to sort of cover that truth in you.
Yeah.
I'll just be fun and crazy all the time so people never see that side of me.
And it's something that people say all the time to me is, are you boring? Isn't it boring? And I'm going, well, what is boring?
Yeah.
Is boring contentment? Is boring peace? Is boring being able to sit on your own and have a nice time? Is boring doing Scrabble and Wordle and watching your favourite show or reading a book? What is boring? I embrace the boring. Boring is cool nowadays.
Interesting.
Yeah, be boring. Come and be boring with me.
Yeah.
It is the best.
It is an interesting insight, isn't it? What is boring? I guess I don't know what boring is. If you're
I'm
happy,
bored.
You're
And my
happy,
kids say,
does it really matter?
Well, I say to my kids, they say I'm bored. I'm like, brilliant. Like being bored. That means you've got nothing to do. How lovely.
Yeah. What luxury.
Yeah, what a luxury.
Yeah.
We'll run around like headless chickens all day, getting work done and dinners and all this other stuff. If you're bored, enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
Just soak it up.
See, I've got a slightly different relationship with boring. I back myself to be one of the least boring people in the room.
Yeah.
I know that I'm not boring. So actually,
you are not boring. I
if
agree.
somebody called me boring, I don't think it would. I think part of me thinks, it's the thing I'd least like to be called. Part of me thinks I know I'm not, so it wouldn't hurt.
Yes, but would you physically attack someone if they said that? I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'd attack them probably.
I don't think I would go to violence.
Okay, I would.
I think I'd be like, well, you're an idiot. Or maybe you don't understand me. Or you don't know me.
You don't
at
know
all.
me, yeah.
So that is a worse reflection on you for jumping to conclusions.
Yep, so
rather
true.
than getting to know me.
It's perhaps important to remember that although words can hurt, they can also encourage, or they can be totally ignored.
Although this seems really hard for many of us, fundamentally, we are social beings who are concerned with what others think or say about us.
Exactly what you were just saying, Hamish, with that boring thing.
I know. But if we choose to instead focus on our actions rather than our words, then everything we've said earlier in this episode actually becomes defunct. Yeah. That's what we're doing in this part of the podcast, is us saying, ignore everything we just said before and just stop caring what people say and think.
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, because that's where the labels matter, isn't it? I've often said that the least interesting thing about going sober is giving up alcohol, and that is true. What it really does, it gives you an opportunity to grow and strengthen as a person, and no longer caring what people think or say about you is precisely one of these opportunities. No labels at all.
Other than getting to the point where you can ignore labels, or at least tune out the negative ones, how else can we approach labels in a way that will help us in our sobriety?
You just need to find a label that works for you, Hamish. Use one as much as you can that you like. If it feels good, stick with it.
Yeah. Or just prove the label is wrong.
Yeah, or change it if you need to. Like we were saying growing up, they all change. They're like fluid, aren't they?
Yeah.
If you want to be an alcoholic one day and a sober curious person the next, well, who gives a fuck?
True.
Yeah. If labels are not helpful in you either becoming sober or maintaining your sobriety, focus on the million other reasons you have chosen this sober life. Labels are only one tool in your toolbox.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, isn't it? You can just find other reasons. Labels can frighten you into it. They can open the door like Sober Curious did to us, or they can play no part in it at all.
Yep, doesn't have to play a part at all.
Use labels less yourself.
True.
Do not label people is what I'm trying to get at here.
Yeah.
The labelling of people can often reflect the one doing the labelling just as much as the person they are labelling.
Yes.
Use them less in the hope that you break the cycle and improve the world. Humans are a little more complicated than labels allow.
Very good, Hamish. That is very true. Yeah, we're not just labels. There's so much more to us. I'm not just an alcoholic. I'm a mother and I'm a lover.
and a brother.
I'm a brother, a lover, a mother, all those things.
Now, Vic, I know you like making up stupid words. Have you got a few new labels for us to add to the list? Ones that the sober curious peeps out there might prefer to alcoholic?
Yeah, I've got toilet hugger, ex-porcelain worshipper.
Yeah, nice.
Yep. A previous pisshead or a retired carrot hurler. That's a good one.
I know you really enjoyed writing this bit.
Yes, I did, yeah. Early wake-up warrior, teapot emperor.
Yep, sure.
Sunday hero, no more pavement pizza princess. You know, I love writing this, Hamish, don't you?
This is like your Christmas
of course,
come early.
Yeah, it is. The best one, of course, is the sober awkward superstar.
Yeah.
Much better than pisshead or blithering bog-eyed booze bandit.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a few there for you can pick from.
You use sober legend a lot as well.
Yes, a legend.
Yeah, sober legend's nice.
Legend is a good word. So what we're saying today, Hamish, is that labels give us the mental coziness of sticking something into a well-ordered little box. They help bring order to our thoughts so that we're able to make sense of our complex existence and hopefully navigate life a little bit more easier.
On the flip side, labels dupe us into having a false sense of knowing, flatten our experience of people and their worth, and close ourselves off into a rigid mindset. Labelling can prevent us from seeing the world through fresh eyes.
Yeah. By dropping the labels, we make room for the unknown. We are then able to perceive things as they are, moment to moment, rather than reducing everything to a symptom or a diagnosis. By dropping the labels, we're letting go of being in control and making room for life to show up in surprising and mysterious ways.
What we're saying is, if a label helps you thrive in your sobriety, use it. And if it's uncomfortable, then ditch it. Do what works for you and what feels right in your heart. And don't worry what box others put you in. Isn't that right, Vic?
Yes, it is, you middle-class, big-nosed, narcissistic father of one with OCD and overly empathetic tendencies. It is.
I do not have OCD.
Okay, sorry, but you do. You are a big-nosed narcissist.
I'll take the rest of it, yeah.
We've got a quote, Hamish, to end on.
Yes, so I want to end with a bumper sticker style quote that I think sums up the use of labels for good and for bad in one. Okay, so addiction is giving up everything for one thing. Recovery is giving up one thing for everything.
Oh, I love that one, Hamish.
The simpler the better with quotes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is so true as well. Like you feel like you're giving up that one thing, but actually concentrate on what you're going to get, because what you're going to get is going to be amazing, and you can ditch those labels or keep them or do whatever you want, whatever feels right. It won't matter when you're sober because you realise none of that matters. All that matters is that you're happier, and that's it.
Beautifully put.
Yeah.
We should play music under the background of that.
And we could skip off into the sunset in our mankinis.
Now we're getting into a hot car. We're going to go drive through and sweat balls off back to our children.
And look sad.
Yeah, that's life.
Oh, thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the...
Hi there. I wanted to tell you about a podcast that I think every single one of you will benefit from. It's called Therapy Works, and it's hosted by me, Julia Samuel. I'm a best-selling author and psychotherapist. I invite you into my therapy room where I speak to either a known or unknown guest. Topics range from the difficulties of divorce, a life-changing illness, to the struggles of motherhood. Search Therapy Works now, wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to make sure you never miss an episode.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
When you think of skyrocketing brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, it's easy to credit their success to great products, sleek branding, and brilliant marketing. But here's the overlooked secret. The real magic lies in the engine behind the scenes, the business powering their business. For millions of brands, that engine is Shopify, making selling seamless for them and shopping effortless for us. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Aloe Yoga uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/retail, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/retail to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/retail.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hello, this is Jessie and Lenny Ware from Table Manners, a podcast direct from our dining table where we talk all things
food, family, growing up,
and everything in between. This season, we've had Reese Witherspoon reveal the greatest cookie recipe.
We had Gary Oldman, who's freshly knighted.
Sir Gary Oldman. Now. We did some singing with Gloria Estefan. And Jeremy Allen White
has shared some culinary stories with us.
And it's not just this series. We've had plenty of other brilliant guests where you can listen back to all the episodes. People like Cher,
Dolly Parton,
Kate Winslet, St Paul McCartney,
John Legend,
Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez. We've had them all and we've fed them very well. Come and listen to Table Manners, the podcast with me, Jessie Ware and Lenny Ware.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folks.
Yes,
okay, good.
So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Yeah, buy another one.
Yeah.